Hello, Broken Arrow. I hope everyone is having a great summer. I'd like to thank you for joining me for this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. This month, thousands were gathered to celebrate our nation's birthday at the 3rd annual New Orleans Square Block Party. The music and fireworks were absolutely spectacular. I want to thank everyone who had a part in bringing this experience to our city and those that came out for the celebration. Speaking of New Orleans Square, it looks incredible. The new New Orleans Square intersection project is now officially complete. The street striping, benches, and trash receptacles were installed in June. The irrigation system is working and the landscaping is now in place. The gateway signage is very welcoming and the whole area looks just phenomenal. Now let me share with you several updates on a number of other construction projects within our community. First, let's head north over to Albany Street near Broken Arrow High School. Bechtel Construction is installing new stormwater lines and putting in driveways along the south side of the street, and they are replacing the concrete on the northwest quadrant of the intersection. The contractor is also adding new curbs, gutters, and a water line. This widening project is a couple of months into a year-long contract. Over on County Line Road between Kenosha and Houston Streets, the construction of building a retaining wall and bridge supports on the northeast side of the bridge over Highway 51 is currently underway. Subcontractors have completed much of the waterline installation, construction drainage structures, and are performing waterline tests at this time. In the coming weeks, the contractor will continue hauling dirt to the embankment, install new sewer lines, and grade and construct temporary pavement widening along the east side of 23rd Street from Houston to College. This project is expected to be completed in April of 2024. Over on 209th East Avenue, just off of Kenosha Street, the contractor is excavating the roadway, installing new curb and gutter and a stormwater drainage system. Next, they'll start preparing the ground for pavement installation in early August. That project is coming along very nicely, folks. Last but certainly not least, here's what's happening on Washington Street widening project between Olive and Aspen Streets. The contractor is installing a storm sewer line near Olive Street at this time, and the paving crews are preparing the ground for widening Washington Street. This process will last about 45 days as they progress to the east towards Aspen Street. Asphalt paving will follow, and then we'll switch to the north side of Washington in early October. By now, I'm sure everyone has heard that there's a new park coming to South Broken Arrow. It's known as Elam Park and is currently under construction near Aspen Avenue and Florence Street. The contractor is clearing and preparing the ground for a new road and parking lot. Once complete, city crews are scheduled to be on site to start construction on the park's road and parking lot areas. The contractor will also start installing the underground utilities very soon. The project is scheduled for completion next spring. Now let's go to the Rose District. The Alleyway construction project on the west side of Main Street is nearing completion and will provide retailers and restaurants additional usable space for their businesses. The contractor is finishing the concrete work around 2 of the manholes and should finalize the project in the next several days. We cannot wait, just like the businesses, for this work to be completed. And I'd like to report the new warning siren installation is nearing completion also. All the sirens have been installed except for one siren that's going to be placed near the roadway project on 209th East Avenue. It is scheduled to be put up in the next 2 weeks. I'd like to express my appreciation to Jamie Ott for securing the grant funding for much of this project. And finally, you may have heard that we are making major improvements to the Lynn Lane wastewater treatment plant in the southeast part of our city. The blower rehabilitation project that aids in the water purification process is now complete and in operation. The new flow equalization basin, as it's known, is now in service. It collects and holds the wastewater that comes into the plant and then releases it to other parts of the facility at a very consistent rate. A small amount of concrete work is left to finish on the top of the basin, which will be done this month. Improvements to the disinfection equipment has been installed, and the rehabilitation of the east clarifier is now underway. The new equipment will be activated with the new disinfection system sometime in August. You know, folks, as it has been for the last 5 or 6 years, there's a lot of construction happening in our city, and we love the opportunity to give you an update on how things are going, because as I've said many times, sometimes a little bit of inconvenience is just a sign of the progress that's happening in our great city. That's it for this edition of Broken Arrow in Motion. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I look forward to seeing you around Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.
Thank you for watching. This is a production of the City of Broken Arrow, the city where opportunity lives.